All right, this next question is really just checking our understanding of what slope means, and especially when we have a negative slope. They're pretty generous in all that they've given us here. We have the equation, and we also have the graph that goes with that equation. So the question says, which of the following statements about the graph of the equation is true? All right, so we can work off of either the equation or the graph or both. We'll do both because that way you'll be able to decide which is easier for you. So let's look at the answer choices. It says the graph decreases by 3 units in the y direction for every 4 unit of decrease in the x direction. What the heck does that mean? Well, let's talk about slope a little bit, right? We can look at the equation and see what our slope is. Up here it says, so let's rewrite our equation. Negative 3/4 x plus 3. So our slope is negative 3/4 and our y-intercept is 3. Right? Remember, slope is the change in y over the change in x. So when you have a negative slope, you want to put that negative sign with either the 3 or the 4 if you have a fraction. So we're going to say negative 3 over 4. But you could also say 3 over negative 4. Both of those would work because they're both the same thing. So what this means, right, since this is change in y, since we said negative 3, we're going to say that we're going down 3. And since this is positive 4, remember, these are x's, they go left and right, so we're going to say it goes to the right 4. All right. In this case, when we had negative 4 on the bottom and the positive 3 on top, well, positive 3 for the y's is going up, and a negative 4 for the x's would be going left. Okay? All right, so that's what slope means. And now let's look at the graph and figure it out, right? We just go to a point and we say, how many do I need to go for the y, and then go over to still be on the line? Well, you can go one of two ways. If I start at this point, I can go down 3 and then go over 4, and I'd still be on the line. Okay, so that looks like this one, down 3 and over 4. But let's say I started at this point. Let's say I went up 3 and then to the left 4, right? That would be here, up 3 and to the left 4. All right. So now we have an idea what slope means. Let's look at these options and see which description matches what we just described. So this says the graph decreased by 3 units in the y direction. Well, do we have that here? Okay, here we said, the y can decrease by 3 if we say it's a negative 3. But then it says for every 4 unit decrease in the x direction. Well, we said if y is decreasing, then x is increasing, right? It's going to the right, it's positive, so that wouldn't work. B says the graph decreases by 4 units in the y direction. Well, that doesn't work because we said 3 is in the y direction. We didn't say 4, we said 4 is for x's, right? Change in y over change in x. We said 3 was on top in both cases. So we can cross that one off. C says decreases by 4 units in the y direction. Same thing there, so we can cross that one off. So then it must be D, but let's look at it and make sure. So this says the graph decreases by 3 units, all right? That was our first one. We said negative 3, so going down or decreasing. And then it says for every 4 unit of increase in the x direction, all right? So that matches our description, going down 3 for the y's and going up 4 or positive 4 for the x. So our answer choice here would have to be D.